back, everyone. We're going to be doing another camera comparison between the newly released iPhone 12 and the somewhat newly released Samsung Galaxy S20. Now, the S20 has been out for a minute now, but I wanted to see how both these cameras compare. Now, initially, I thought time and time again that the Galaxy S20 would have probably had the better camera because, the Galaxy S20 is that, $1,000 phone, has a triple camera setup, 8K capability, extra camera sensor than the iPhone 12. But Apple did, I think, a decent job with the camera this year. They added a little bit more filtering, which Samsung has kind of been doing since I think the Galaxy S10. And on the back of the iPhone 12, we have that dual camera setup, the wide angle lens and ultra-wide sensor. With the Galaxy S20, we had that ultra-wide, wide, and a telephoto lens. So I really did like both cameras this year, and I've been comparing both these phones like crazy. But basically how this test works is I take a bunch of my phones, I do a bunch of camera comparisons, and the same exact lighting conditions, I just take them one after the other pretty much. And I let them autofocus completely. If they had night mode, if they had any other features that automatically turned on, I used them. I didn't change anything. So looking at the first photo, the whole entire video and photo comparison, the Galaxy S20 photos and videos will be on the left, the iPhone 12 photos and videos will be on the right. Now this very first photo, you can automatically see a couple of differences. Now there's two different ways of looking at this specific bulb, this little flower thing, whatever it is. You can see on the iPhone 12, in my opinion, I feel like this photo looks brighter and I really do like that, but the Galaxy S20 photo in a way looks a little bit sharper. And if I go ahead and zoom into like this little area right here, some people may even say that the flower on the iPhone 12 right here may be a little blown out. The Galaxy S20 did a better job, I think, at warming the colors. If you kind of look at like right over here, there seems to be more noise on the back of the iPhone 12's photo, but I think it's very, very close. Nobody's going to be zooming in this much to both these photos, but I think as a whole, you can definitely see one is brighter and one is darker, so it's totally up to you whether which one you prefer. But I think in this case, I think maybe I kind of like the iPhone 12's photo. The Galaxy S20 did a really good job at blurring out the rest of the photo, and you can see, I mean, the bokeh on the iPhone 12 is good, but the bokeh on the Galaxy S20 is definitely far better. But I like the brighter aspect of the iPhone 12 in my opinion. Now this next photo, I try my best to take them at the same spot, I kind of forgot to, but you can kind of see that, again, the Galaxy S20 did a weird thing. It focused in on a different area, and I don't know what it was focusing on, but in this case, it's very interesting because forget the quality for a second. The Galaxy S20 focused in on an area that I wasn't necessarily trying to focus in on, but it focused automatically. I didn't have to focus. The iPhone 12 did focus on the area that I wanted to focus on, so this looks sharper. Again, I think the Galaxy S20 had been focusing in on this specific little thing or whatever this was. I think it would have been a better, specific situation, but I guess this one will give to the iPhone 12. Now this little photo was actually very interesting because it kind of flip-flopped. The first photo that we saw, I pretty much saw that the iPhone 12's photo looked brighter, but now this one, it looks a little darker from first glance. And you can see that, again, a little bit more filtering going on the iPhone 12, which I kind of like. But the Galaxy S20, I feel like I don't know, like this one's kind of a tough one. If you look at this specific area, some people may prefer the iPhone 12, some people may prefer the Galaxy S20. I kind of think that these colors right here with the Galaxy S20, they look a little bit weirder. I don't know what it is, like too contrasty in a way. The iPhone 12 did, I think, a better job at keeping those colors, I guess, more in check and keeping it a little bit more accurate. It just seems like it's kind of too artificial on the iPhone 12, on the Galaxy S20, I mean. And looking at this leaf right here again, I think it's like probably closer than, not being close at all, but I think the iPhone 12 probably won in this specific photo as well. However, when you kind of do a bird's eye view, they both look pretty much the same, but I think the iPhone 12 probably looked a little bit better here than the Galaxy S20 in my opinion. Now this photo was taken indoors, and I found this very interesting because with the iPhone 12 and the Galaxy S20, same exact lighting conditions. It wasn't that great of a light condition, I'll be honest, but I wanted to get a view of good lighting conditions, bad lighting conditions, and kind of get a range of it. This is kind of in the middle, and you can see that both have two different color sets. The iPhone 12 looks a little bit lighter. The Galaxy S20 looks a little bit more yellow. I think in actual real life, I feel like the color is a little bit more like the iPhone 12. I don't think it's as yellow as the Galaxy S20, but they both kind of focused in on around the same area. However, I will give it to the Galaxy S20 because you can see around the flower bulb, it looks a little bit more blurry, and the middle of the flower, whatever this was, I think that's where the iPhone 12 focused in on. The Galaxy S20 kind of kept this whole entire flower in range, and I think it looks a little bit more sharper on the Galaxy S20 as well. However, I think the color, like I said, is a little bit more yellow than what it is in real life, but I think both these are probably good photos, and I'll probably give this one to the Galaxy S20. Now this photo is very interesting because it might look like a dumb photo, but I took both these photos in horrible lighting conditions and I used night mode on both if they had it. Both these phones do have it. And it's very interesting because I think the Galaxy S20 photo looks, I guess, a little bit more in focus, but the iPhone 12 looks super more, it looks way brighter in my opinion than the Galaxy S20. Now, like I said, both these phones are, good cameras for sure, but I was very surprised because not that they both were taken at the exact same conditions, lighting conditions, all that stuff. And you can see how, why does that keep happening? And you can see for sure how much better the iPhone 12 photo looks in my opinion. And it's very surprising because, like I said, night mode has been around for at least like a couple years on the Galaxy S20 with the S10. And I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I was expecting more from the S20 in this case. But I think the iPhone 12 actually probably did a better job here. And this is another case of night mode, and it looks like the iPhone 12 kind of focused in on the box a little bit better. The Galaxy S20 looks a little bit out of focus when it comes down to actually focusing in on the box. Now, taking out the box, in the focusing, you can even see that the box looks brighter on the iPhone 12 again. So I actually think night mode may actually be a little bit better on the iPhone 12 than on the Galaxy S20. So if you're somebody who's taking a lot of, night mode shots and in dark conditions and stuff, you may have a better experience on a phone like the Samsung Galaxy S20 than a phone like the iPhone 12. Now, I did make a video of both these boxes as well, and I'll go ahead and put them on the screen. I guess I'm going to put them right here and right here. And I didn't see anything super crazy. This was like an indoor photo, and it was in portrait mode. So imagine something like a Snapchat or like a TikTok video or something. I felt like the video quality is going to be roughly around the same. Like I said, you do have 8K capability on the Galaxy S20. You only have 4K at 60 on the iPhone 12, which is still good. And these were both taken at 1080p at 30. And I don't really think one is, I guess, way better than the other one. I kind of think the Galaxy S20 may actually have a better video quality overall than the iPhone 12, but I think both of them were pretty close at the end of the day. And in this specific video comparison, you can see, you guys can make up your own mind, but I think the Galaxy S20 probably won that one. Now this next photo was a pretty basic one, but as soon as I kind of looked at it right now, I was able to see kind of an interesting thing. If you look at this leaf right here and you look at this leaf right here, there's quite a bit of difference. I actually think the Galaxy S20 photo looks a little bit better. It looks much more vibrant, much more, I guess the colors look more punching in your face. With the iPhone 12, it looks a little bit more dull in my opinion. And if I go and look at this little hose thing back here, I don't really think maybe there's not that big of a difference. And I pretty much think that. But again, I think the Galaxy S20 photo looks a bit more vibrant, which I really do like. Now this next photo, forget the quality for like 10 seconds. This is something that's very important. I pretty much just zoomed in into the photo as much as I could. I stood at the same spot on both, and you can see that you can zoom in much more on the Galaxy S20 than on the iPhone 12, and that's something that's very important. The quality would probably be around the same, whatever, but look at the iPhone 12. You can only zoom in this much, whereas on the Galaxy S20 we can zoom in this much. So this is using the telephoto lens. The iPhone 12 does not have a telephoto lens. So imagine if you're at a concert or you're in a whatever landscape and you want to zoom in a lot, you're going to be able to zoom in a lot more on the Galaxy S20 than on the iPhone 12. Now this next photo is kind of like a basic one, and again, it looks like they both did a bit of filtering, which is a good thing. I like it, and I actually think the Galaxy S20 photo looks a little bit better here as well. I feel like, especially with this little area and kind of blurring out a little bit more of this little whatever this is, and also darkening this color a little bit, that actually looks really good. The iPhone 12 looks pretty decent as well. I think the vibrancy is probably in the favor of the Galaxy S20 in this specific photo as well. Now, I went ahead and used the ultrawide sensor of both phones, and what's very interesting is that if you go ahead and zoom into this little portion right here, this is very interesting because, first of all, they both can zoom out as much as they could, probably the same on both. I don't know if one is necessarily the winner here. Some people may prefer the left, some people may prefer the right. I don't know if I'm necessarily the favor of either one of these, to be honest. They both don't look that great in my opinion, but maybe I guess I would give the edge. I don't really think. I think these are both of like a tie. One is too vibrant. One is a little bit like with the Galaxy S20, it kind of over contrasts a lot of the photos. It looks like those memes, like the deep fried memes on whatever Twitter and stuff. Kind of looks like that. The iPhone 12 I think may have done a better job, but neither one of these photos I think won really. Now I went ahead and used portrait mode or live focus mode if the phone had it, and this is what I was getting on live focus mode on the Galaxy S20, so I don't understand why I didn't blur out the background, but on the iPhone 12 you can see that overall I guess it's a better photo because it did blur out the background. I don't know why the Galaxy S20 didn't do this. The S10 and the S10e was able to do this, and I guess it didn't take it in time or something, so I guess portrait mode I guess would be better on the iPhone 12, but I could retake this photo and let you guys know later. And this next photo was just of some grass and stuff. And again, I want you to focus in the autofocus. The iPhone 12 focused in on this specific rose thing right here. The Galaxy S20 kind of focused in on, I guess, where I wanted it to focus in on, which is like right in this area right here. I'm not really gonna, kind of hit on, I guess, like these leaves being out of focus here because it didn't focus at the right area. But I think both photos look pretty decent. I think the colors overall do look better on the Galaxy S20 though, in my opinion, especially if you look at this little portion right here. I kind of do like that on the Galaxy S20 over the iPhone 12. And this last photo may seem like a dumb photo, but I actually think it's very interesting. These were taken same lighting conditions, same exact settings, everything like that. And it's very interesting how both phones interpreted both the different colors. Now, I think the iPhone 12 probably won in this specific photo as well, because if you zoom into right here, look how much sharper the iPhone 12 photo looks than on the Galaxy S20. I think both these are, probably pretty decent photos, and maybe if you go and change these settings around the color filtering and all that stuff, it will probably look better on the Galaxy S20. But without even having to do that, the filtering that the iPhone 12 already has is actually pretty decent. And I think in this specific condition with a top-down light, which this actually looked pretty decent in my opinion. So I'll probably give the edge here to the iPhone 12 as well. Now, I went ahead and made a video of both these phones, and I'll use the audio quality, video quality, and everything, so you can kind of test it further and kind of go from there. So I'll go ahead and put that video right now. Now we're going to be comparing the Galaxy S20 and the iPhone 12's video quality and audio quality as well. So I'll go ahead and use the audio quality from the Galaxy S20 to see if there's a difference. And now I'll go ahead and switch over to the iPhone 12's audio quality, and I'll probably use video. And hopefully it's better, hopefully it's worse. I don't know what side you guys are on. Now, both these phones have ultrawide sensors, so I'll go ahead and zoom out on the Galaxy S20, and I'll zoom out the most on the iPhone 12. So this is the furthest you can go on both, I believe, on video. And you can see both of them actually do go to about the same. So both of my shoes are on the bottom of there. They both look almost exactly the same. So hopefully you guys will be able to tell the difference between both. I'll go and kind of zoom in a little bit. Now, unfortunately, there's not an ultrawide sensor on the iPhone 12. So I'll go ahead and zoom in as much as I can, and I'll go ahead and zoom in as much as I can on the Galaxy S20. And actually, they look about the same, to be completely honest. I don't know if there's like a ginormous difference between both. But there we go. The Galaxy S20 can zoom in a lot more than that. Now that we're back, let me go ahead and tell you, I think both these phones, like I stated before, are very good phones. I think both these cameras are great, but I don't know if there's an exact 100% winner, but maybe I feel like the Galaxy S20 may have been consistently better, I think, in getting me better results than the iPhone 12. I think the iPhone 12 actually probably won about 40% of the photos, but because you do have that telephoto lens, that's a pretty big deal in my opinion, and because you do have that 8K capability with the video quality, that is something that's also really impressive. Now, ultra-wide sensors and everything are about the same on both. You can zoom out as much as you can, but that telephoto lens is really important to me too. So I don't know if one is necessarily 100% the best one, but if I had to say it, maybe the Galaxy S20 is the better one in this case. But I do like the iPhone 12's filtering system, how it automatically generates the filters, and it actually looks pretty decent in my opinion. So that really pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that helps me so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my other channels. More importantly than everything else, love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.